Hello, and welcome to The Growl. I'm Jermaine York,
And I'm JJ.
and this is your student newscast.
In 2009, the Holmes High School boys basketball team won the Sweet 16 state championship. It was the school's first and only basketball state championship. On Friday, members of that championship team, coaches, cheerleaders, and administrators will return to Holmes and be recognized at halftime of the boys varsity basketball game against Scott. Bulldog fans are encouraged to participate in the Redout and wear red to the game. The first 200 fans wearing a red shirt will receive a free slice of pizza.
Are you a fan of the game show Family Feud? Health and PE teacher Mr. Tucker is. Mr. Tucker's family will appear on an episode of Family Feud on Tuesday, January 21st. Here's what he has to say about his experience.
Thank you for joining us, Mr.
Thank you
Tucker.
for having me.
You're welcome. Tell us about your experience.
So Family Feud was amazing. We were flown out to LA last May of 2019, and we were there for 3 days. Obviously, we got to meet Steve Harvey. He's hosting the show.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I can't say how we did. We had to sign a non-disclosure agreement, but it was awesome. It was, I can't even describe how cool it was to meet and shake Steve Harvey's hand,
Yeah.
and take pictures with him, and have a full conversation with him while you're starting the game. But they don't show a lot of that on the TV.
It's like, what's he like in person?
He's even more funnier in person. So during the commercials, which obviously when you're watching the TV, you don't see the commercials,
right.
but he comes in and talks and jokes with the audience and talks about the people playing the game. He'll like go on about how bad the answers were, and he talks about he's one of the few people in Hollywood who do that. Most of the TV show hosts, they go back to their trailer during commercials, or they will go backstage and be away from people.
Right.
But he stays out there and just kind of piddles with the audience.
Yeah. Okay, so you kind of got to hang with him
Yeah.
before, like, the show or the commercial.
Mhm.
That's pretty cool. Were you nervous on television?
So I was nervous until he started talking to us. He kind of does that to, get over the shock factor of like, oh my gosh, this is Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
And so he kind of talks to each team member for like 10 minutes. The whole show, it takes probably like an hour and a half or 2 hours to take a 30-minute TV show, but without the commercials, it's only like 17 minutes. So
Right.
there's a lot. It's a long time, and so yeah. It was fun, but it was very nervous in the beginning. But he calmed us down.
That's cool. So how did you choose which family member would be involved in the show with you?
So this was actually our second time trying to get on the show. We auditioned in 2014
Oh, wow.
in Louisville, and we made it to. So when you audition, they bring your family to a room and they interview you. And so we got interviewed. We did really good there. They were like, "Hey, we're gonna be looking for a postcard if we select you guys to come in the applicant pool." And so like 2 months later, we got the postcard, and then we got an email, and then they're like, "We want you guys to come out here." And then we sent them the dates, and then we never heard anything. And so I got really upset. I stopped watching the show. I got mad.
For real?
I did. I didn't watch it for like 2 or 3 years. And then so fall 2018, my mom calls me. She's like, "Hey, Family Feud's coming back to Louisville." I was like, "Let's do it. Let's set it up." So the first time it was my mom, my dad, my two brothers. My two brothers didn't want to do it this time, so my wife did it with us, and then my mom's cousin.
Okay. That's
They
pretty
were the
cool.
missing pieces.
Yep. They made the cut.
They did.
So was the experience life-changing in any way?
Definitely. That was all of our first times going out to California. On Family Feud's dime. We didn't have to pay for it. They flew us out. It was a beautiful flight. We had the TV and the headrest and the flights we normally
First
go
class?
on. No, it wasn't first class, but the chairs reclined, and usually they don't do that on the shorter flights.
Right.
So that was really cool. Being wined and dined in a beautiful hotel, and our chauffeur, our first chauffeur from the airport to the hotel, he's a professional driver for Bruno Mars,
Okay.
Lisa
Bruno Mars.
Leslie, the LA Sparks, Jamie Foxx, and then our second driver that took us back to the airport when we left, He was actually T-Pain's butler. Yeah, I know, right? And so he's in LA for 4 months of the year driving.
Wow.
And then when he's not there, he's T-Pain's butler. So we met a lot of really cool people and made
That's
some cool
cool.
connections.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing with us.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Make sure to watch Mr. Tucker on Tuesday, January 21st at 6:30 on Channel 64.
With the new year comes new goals and resolutions. What is your goal for 2020?
My goal for 2020 is to graduate.
My goal for 2020 is, I guess, to become a good animator, something that people would understand and relate to.
My goals for 2020 include building an old lady house for myself, doing nice things for my grandson and taking him to camps this summer, and finishing up the year with new Governor Scholars candidates, hopefully.
And for my New Year's resolution, I have decided to draw each and every single day of the year until the end.
It's time to learn a little more about our teachers. This week on 20 Questions is Mr. Tucker.
We are here with Mr. Tucker, who teaches English, and we want to get to know you a little better. Are you ready for 20 questions?
Sure thing.
Okay, here we go. Chocolate or vanilla?
We'll go chocolate.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke, but Mountain Dew.
Early bird or night owl?
Definitely night.
Beach or mountains?
We'll go mountains.
Chess or checkers?
Chess.
Summer or winter?
Summer so I can hang out with my kids.
Dog or cat?
Dog.
Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Apple or Android?
Apple.
Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
Steak or seafood?
Steak.
TV or book?
TV.
Soup or salad?
I guess we'll go soup.
Alone or a group?
Alone.
City or country?
Probably city.
Save or spend?
Save.
Couch or recliner?
Couch.
Candy or popcorn?
Candy.
Honesty or loyalty?
Honesty.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
The Bulldog Board Gamers is this week's Club of the Week. Students learn to play a variety of popular board games in this casual after-school club. Games include Monopoly, Yahtzee, Uno, Connect 4, Dungeons & Dragons, and many others. Students can also bring their favorite game and teach others how to play. The Bulldog Board Gamers meet each Tuesday in room 2200. See Mr. Dodenhoff for more information.
Next Monday, January 20th, is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Schools and offices will be closed in observance of the holiday. Students will return to school on Tuesday, January 21st. Have a great extended weekend.
Hello, I'm Kaylin Strawman, and this is your sports report. The Bulldogs continue to roll through their seasons with another busy week. The freshman basketball team will play at Highlands tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. and Newport Central Catholic on Thursday at 6. Come out and support the Lady Bulldogs as they take on Simon Kenton tonight here at Holmes. You can also catch them in action on Friday as they travel to Beechwood and on Saturday at Newport. The JV games will start at 6 p.m. and the varsity games at 7:30. The boys are in action tomorrow as they take on Highlands in Fort Thomas and return to home on Friday to play Scott. Friday is also the night to celebrate champions as we honor the 2009 state championship team. Some big announcements are planned for the halftime ceremony, so you definitely want to be there. Don't forget that Friday's game is a red out, and the first 200 fans wearing a red shirt will receive a free slice of pizza. Again, the JV games will begin at 6 and the varsity will follow at 7:30. You don't want to miss the wrestling team as they go up against Newport on Wednesday at 6 p.m. here at Holmes. On Saturday, they go on the road for the Sycamore Invitational at 10 a.m. We wish the best of luck to all of our Bulldogs. Now here's a look at last week's results.
Thanks for watching The Growl. Be sure to join us next week for more news, sports, and entertainment. Have a great week!